carry on with our focus on the Eightfold Path given by Buddha. So where were we? We were talking about right view, right intention as under the headings of wisdom on the Eightfold Path. So those are the first two: right view, right intention. And then the second heading was ethics, and that is right speech, right action, and right livelihood. And then the third section to the Eightfold Path was under concentration or meditation. And there's three subheadings: right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration. Effort, mindfulness, and concentration. Okay, so I'm going to read a little bit further today on these, probably on the first section. So we'll start in a comfortable seated position, either heels to the center or a cross-leg position. You could even use something as support under the knees if you're really wanting to feel that comfort today. So wherever you're comfortable, in a seated position, and we'll start to tune into our breath. So as we do in Yin, the breath is in the belly. We expand, pressing the belly out gently, and exhale, let it soften to its natural state. Inhale, just a little pressure to expand into the belly, and exhale, soften. You can close down the eyes if that feels nice. Sink into your pelvis and let the sitting bones feel really anchored. But then see if we can grow tall and give the spine plenty of space. Okay, now this inhalation and exhalation in the belly, we're going to try and equalize it. Inhaling for 4, or approximately 4, and exhaling for 4. Nice, soft, gentle whisper of the breath. Inhaling for 4, and exhaling for 4. Now we all have a slightly different count of 4, so go with your breath. Focus on the breath. And just remain open in the ears so we can hear a little more about the 8 limbs of yoga. These steps, like the 8 limbs of the Yoga Sutra, are not meant to be done sequentially. One works to all 8, almost in a spiraling manner. One way to understand the importance the Buddha assigned to these steps is with another story. The story goes, a man is holding a knife in his hand. Ooh. He pushes the knife into a woman, and she dies from the wound. The simple tragic tale, however, let us look deeper. The action is horrific, but what was the intention behind the action? If the man in the story is a thief, and the intent is to harm the woman, the action is indeed heinous. If the man is a surgeon, and he is inserting the knife into the woman with the intent of saving her life, the action was tragically heroic. The intention is more important than the action. This is the flavor of the first 2 paths: right intention, right thinking. Okay, something to consider there. Intention and the importance of right intention. Okay, so we're going to continue with some pranayama practice, keeping that inhalation and exhalation equal, or as equal as possible. And then we're going to work on extending the exhalation. So let's take 3 intentional breaths with the count of 4, inhaling, And exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. To balance the breath. This is the intention here. And then we're going to change that intention slightly to extend the exhalation to 6. Inhaling for 4. And exhale for 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And again, inhaling for 4. Exhaling for 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. One more time. Exhaling for 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Changing to 8 now. Inhale for 4. Intend to extend your breath. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Controlling our exhalation, soft and smooth. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And for the last time, inhale. Exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then blink open the eyes if you have them closed and return to a comfortable breath, but keeping it low in the belly. We're coming into a child pose next. Knees as wide as you wish. You can take support under the heels and the seat if you wish. And then let the hips settle and crawl the hands forward a little. Maybe rest your head on the back of the hands or let the hands go towards the feet. Whatever you wish to do to feel comfort in child pose. Finding that comfortable position with support or without. And then returning to the balanced breath in the belly. Inhaling, maybe for 4, maybe for 5. Exhaling for the same. And as we're thinking about intention, we might just reflect and observe our own intention. Maybe your intention right now on the mat. Or maybe there's reflection on the day and how did you intend to be today? Were there any particular thoughts or intentions that you were working with or practicing today? How did it go? Just a little time to reflect. As we take 2 more breaths in child pose. And then we're going to start coming out of the child, rolling up through the spine to bring our seat down on the mat and extend the legs out in front into a sort of a staff or Dandasana pose. You could even take a blanket under the sitting bones if that feels nice. Yeah, okay. We're going to do a little bit of gentle movement first to release any tension. We're going to lift up the arms into a T shape and then just circle at the wrists. can circle however you wish, just circling at the wrist, listening and reflecting on how they feel, and then circle them in the other direction. I can hear some clicks now. I like to hear clicks. It helps me realize that yes, there was some tightness there, and yeah, it's going okay. And then let those arms come down. And then we'll do this shoulders. We'll circle the shoulders open. Soft elbows to begin with. Big circles up, forward, up to the ears, and then send them back and down, and then change direction. Okay, and then we'll take those circles a bit bigger. We'll take the right arm back, left arm back, a bit like a back stroke. Oh, hear my shoulder clicking now. And then take it the other way. So those clicks are, unless you have pain with it, the clicks are just releasing of, like tightness and a bit of discomfort maybe. And then we'll bring those arms down. Okay, let's do a little bit of work on the ankles. Let's take that right ankle across the left leg. And you can either interlace the fingers between the toes, so like separators, and use your foot that way, or just hold the toes and then circle at the ankle. Big circles. Yeah, find the edge of your circle. Sometimes maybe the leg isn't big enough and you need to pick up the ankle and then turn the ankle the other way. Okay, and then we'll give that foot a rest. We'll extend that leg down and let's go to the other side. Left ankle just on top of the right thigh. And either, again, thread those fingers into the toes, toe separators. Hopefully there's not much fluff in there. Yeah. I think I was barefooted all day today, so no fluff in my toes. each direction, circle this way, circle that way, and then we can remove those fingers and send both legs down the mat. Okay. Now ready for a bit of cow and cat. Let's work into the spine, coming onto all fours. And we're going to gently dip into the spine, tuck the tailbone up, reach your chin, the gaze forward. Exhale, just turning the spine the other way, tucking the chin to the chest, and then floating straight back into cow with the inhalation. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. And once again, exhale to cat. Let's find a neutral spine. And we're just going to do a little wiggle of the tail to the left and look to the left. So it's a sideways movement, then to the other side. Inhale, center. Exhale to one side, just shifting the hips to one side as if you're looking for your tail. Inhale through center. Exhale to the other. And once more. Exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale. Take a little peek. And then we're going to inhale into a cow shape. And exhale as we send the hips to the right and all the way back towards the heel, circling and spiraling through the spine. Inhaling forward, exhaling back, inhaling forward. Sort of a cow spine, exhaling into a cat's spine as we send the hips back. And as you've done 3 on one side, we'll switch direction, exhaling back, Inhaling forward into a cow shape. Exhaling back. Circling and spiraling through the spine. Adding lovely, nourishing movement back to a neutral spine. And then back to our child pose for a couple of breaths. Allowing the spine to just reset and feel comfort. A few breaths. And one more breath. Let's come up onto all fours. Tucking the toes, we're going to find our way to downward dog. So press down into the feet and hands to pick up the knees, pick up the tailbone. Maybe walk it out on the spot. Let the head dangle, maybe even shake all thoughts out. No, no, no. Yes, yes, yes with the head. Drop thoughts as much as you can. Okay. So we're going to spend a minute now trying to find stillness in your downward dog. So it's not the most powerful of downward dogs. Maybe it's a downward dog at the end of the day. Just an easy shape. So try and press into the index finger knuckle also. So we are lengthening the inside of our arms. The knees can be soft, the tailbone pointing upwards. Just 2 more breaths in your downward dog. Easy downward dog. And then we're going to walk the hands back towards the feet. Let the heels come down, let the knees be really, really soft and bent, and let the belly rest on the thighs. Okay, so we're going to stay dangling now for 1 minute, like a rag doll. We let the upper body drape. And we're going to point that tailbone up a little, not the highest of reaches through the tailbone, just slightly up as the head hangs down. The back of the hands, just wherever they reach. Trying to keep that belly supported on the thighs. Supporting the back of the body, particularly the lower back. The more we can let the head drape, the more we're extending the lower spine, which will give it plenty of space to relax and feel comfort. Just 2 more breaths. It's quite nice to do this with your back pressing into a wall sometimes. Encouraging the head to go lower. Okay, then. Next pose. We lift up halfway. We're going to heel toe the feet as wide as they can go. Maybe as wide as the mat. Toes slightly diagonal out. And then we're going to see how it feels to squat here. Your forearms could remain on the thighs. Or if you know you can squat and the hips can drop a little further, go as far as you wish towards the mat. And maybe the elbows or the upper arms come to the inside of your knees. You could even use blocks or cushions as a little prop to sit on. So we're still working deep into the hips, even if we take that support. We're going to be here for 1 minute now, finding stillness in your squatting pose, or malasana, we call in hatha. Lifting up the crown, dropping through the hips. Just 2 more breaths in squatting position. And then in whatever way we can, we're going to bring our seat down to the mat into butterfly pose. So keeping the hips nice and open, knees apart, soles of the feet towards each other. Either the soles touch or the big toe side might open like a book. So you can stay here and be tall through the spine. You might sit on a blanket. You might want to hinge forward. Try not to hold on to the feet or the legs, and just allow the weight of the upper body to drape over the legs if you decide to fold. And we'll be in butterfly for 1 minute. Allowing the head again to feel heavy, to assist the dropping. Maybe going back to your intention. Am I sitting up with my head stacked on my spine, or do I intend to fold and hinge at the hips, allowing my head to feel heavy? Feeling that stretch around the tissues and muscles of my neck and shoulders. For just 2 more breaths. And then we roll up through the spine. Lower spine, mid-spine, rising up through the shoulder blades. Bring the hands to the outsides of the legs and then bring the knees together and give yourself a little tight squeeze. Again, maybe drop the forehead, a couple of breaths. Okay. Now we're going to make our way to all fours. Some deeper postures in the hips now, dragon pose. So we're going to do 2 stages. We're going to bring that left foot forward. And maybe if there's room to wiggle the right knee back, wiggle it back as far as it will go. So you can use blocks, cushions if you're at home, or if you have blocks, wonderful. Heel toe the left foot out to the side. And we're going to either use the block, second height or lowest height. Bring the forearms to the block and then just allow the head to drop like a weight. So both arms are on the inside of the left leg. Go as low as you wish. And make sure you're letting go of the head at the neck, feeling that stretch around the top of the shoulders, maybe even into the neck, maybe even feeling the tendons that attach the skull. Now we're going to be here for 2 minutes, so we have time to soften, release, allow the body to be assisted by gravity. Can we intend to let go? And the magic is in the exhalation. Notice any tension, any holding with your inhalation. Be conscious. And then as you exhale, breathe through that tightness and tension. And soften to let go. Keeping the breath low in the belly. Keeping our nervous system in a calm state. Everything is okay. Two more breaths. And then we'll come back onto our hands. Move the blocks to one side. We're going to take this slightly deeper. Now, this is a choice. If it's not helping you or working for you, you can stay here for another minute. Or if you go on to try winged dragon, we place the left palm on the inside of the left side and just tilt the foot onto the outside edge. So try not to press on the knee, but on the inside of the soft part of your leg. Yeah. And just encourage the left hip to rotate a little. Just 1 minute here, going back to the breath. And if you've had enough of it at any point, you can come back to regular dragon. Okay, just 2 more breaths. And then we will gently replace the left foot down on the mat. We'll heel toe it somewhat more to the center. Take the left hand back to the outside of the left leg. And then we're going to walk the hands back. You might want to grab a block and slide that left heel back to come into a half Hanumanasana. The left block can go under your left hip to sit on. Or you may not need it. You might be able to sit on the right heel. Press out the big toe mound as much as a little toe mound. We're in a half Hanumanasana, half monkey pose. So here we can stay here as tall as we wish to be in the spine, or we can hinge at the hips and start to walk the fingers forward to fold. And we're going to be here for, let's do 2 minutes today. Trying to soften and let go of the back of that left leg, feeling the hamstring stretch. Breathing in the belly. And there's so much going on for that left leg. But everything is okay. Because we're allowing the natural weight of the leg to open up those tendons. We'll just do another 30 seconds. And 2 more breaths. And then we'll press down in, walk the fingers back, press down into the fingers or the hands to come back into that lunge shape. And from here, we're going to go straight into a swan shape. So put your weight into the left hand and grab that right ankle to bring it across the mat. Even out the pelvis, so it's parallel to the floor. Left side as high as the right. Finding your comfortable swan shape. Right toes directly pointing behind you. Upright swan, nice and tall through the spine. And then we'll come down to forearms. If that's okay, stay here, if that's enough. If you want to go deeper, you can widen the elbows, bring the forehead to the back of the hands maybe, or reach forward with the arms and let the forehead come all the way down. Your choice. Go as far as your body feels comfortable. So be comfortable and then go back to the breath. We'll just spend, actually we're here for 2 minutes in our swan shape. Hopefully comfortable, going back to the breath. And the intention is to allow the body to sink. Let go of any holding. Use your mind, your consciousness to identify where there still may be holding. And then with the exhalation, breathe through it. Soften and let go. Just 2 more breaths. Then we'll come back onto hands. We're going to let the left hip come down and then just bring that right knee forward, allowing both hips to feel the ground. And we're in our deer pose. Allowing the right hip to drop as much as the left. Just for 1 minute, focusing on dropping the right hip as much as the left. Two more breaths. Okay, wonderful. Coming back onto all fours. And we're going to do the same on the other side now, starting with our dragon pose. So we bring that right foot forward. Take it out to the side, heel toe, heel toe. Bring the right hand on the inside. And maybe slide that left knee back, left foot pointing directly back. And then come as low as you wish onto block, cushions, or all the way down. Intend to let go of your head, let it hang. We have 2 minutes in our dragon pose. Going back to our breath. Exhaling to let go even more. Notice if there's still anything that we're holding on to. With that exhalation, let it go. So the intention comes from our thoughts, our mind, more than the action in the body. The right intention is what helps us to achieve. And we have 2 more breaths. And we come back onto the hands. And we take the option of winged dragon if you wish, or you can stay here. Right palm on the inside of your right leg. And then tilting onto the outside edge of your right foot. We're trying to let go and allow rotation of that right hip to happen. And we'll stay here for 1 minute if we can. At any point, if it becomes too much, withdraw a little. Just 2 more breaths. And then we'll gently let that right foot come back onto the mat, heel toe it towards the center. So the right hand comes back to the outside. Walking those hands back, the fingers back, finding your half monkey, maybe sitting the right butt cheek on a block, or sitting onto your left heel if that works. You can stay tall, just pressing out the big toe mound as much as the little toe mound. Or you can walk the fingers forward and hinge at the hips to fold any amount over that right leg. Exhaling away the tension. Using intention correctly. And the action should follow. And we're all made so differently. We are individuals. Just feeling your own edge. You are responsible for yourself, your body. Taking care, intention with ahimsa, which is compassion for self. Two more breaths. And then we'll start to walk the fingers back, coming upright in the spine, pressing down into the fingers to come back into a lunge shape. Press into the right hand to be able to lift that right foot, and cross it over to the left side. Find that extension through the left leg. Point those toes back. Be upright first in your spine, equalizing the weight in the pelvis, and then we'll come down towards a mat. As far as you wish, forearms or resting on their hands or all the way down to the mat. Exhale through any tension, any tightness. Use your inhalation to be aware. Exhale through the tension, letting go. Melting the hips, allowing expansion. Expansion and this space might even give you a sense of freedom. Freedom from being bound. Just two more breaths. And then we're going to come back onto our hands to walk the hands back. Allow the right hip to come down. And then we're going to slide that left knee, left thigh closer towards the right foot. Adjust yourself any which way you need to find your deer pose. And then notice the left hip, it might be lifting. We're going to work on sinking that left hip down as much as the right. So bearing a little bit more weight into the left side. Just 1 minute here. Okay, 2 more breaths. All right. And then we'll bring both out in front. Bringing the seat somewhere to the middle of the mat as we roll down the spine. And if you need your blankets, your bolsters, I should have said, grab them, because we'll be going into Shavasana in a minute. Just going to bring the feet onto the mat. Widen the feet as wide as the mat. Maybe lift up the hips and just replace them down. And then switch the knees over to the right, back into the center with your inhalation, over to the other side as you exhale. And again into center. Switch them to the other side, like windscreen wipers, inhaling to the center, over to the other. And once more. Inhale, center. And last one, swishing over to the other side. Back up to the center. And now extend through the legs, taking any props you would like. Any blankets, coverings for your eyes, for your body. To settle into your Shavasana shape. Okay, so allowing the heels to just wiggle down another millimeter or two, just extending through those legs and the lower spine, and tucking the chin towards the chest. Maybe noticing the shoulders and the shoulder blades, are they equally planted? Tucking the shoulder blades down towards the waist. Back of the hands, maybe on the mat, fingers gently curling in. And the eyes are ever so gently closed. Maybe the top row of teeth is separate to the bottom row of teeth. Tip of your tongue just gently resting at the back of your teeth. And the intention is to let go completely of body and mind. And there will be thoughts floating in and out. That's absolutely natural and fine. Allowing the thoughts, acknowledging them, accepting them, and saying goodbye to the thoughts. Let them float away. Intention in Shavasana is to do as little as possible and just be. Letting go of these thoughts that keep coming, of replaying the thoughts, of rehearsing. What has gone has gone. What is coming, we don't know. Just being in each moment with your breath.
Begin to notice your breath once again. Taking a slightly deeper inhalation that will draw in some more prana into your body. Sending some of that energy, that prana to the toes. Start to gently move into the toes and the feet. Send some to your fingers, your hands. Start to find some gentle movement into the legs, into the arms. Taking any sort of movement or stretch that helps you to wake up into your body. And then we'll bring the feet onto the mat. We'll hug the knees into the chest, into a small shape, hugging tight. Maybe sway side to side if that feels nice. Take a roll all the way onto your left side. Open the eyes, blinking them open, adjusting to the dim light in the room. Making sure your senses are all switched on, and then we'll come into a seated position. Bringing down the hands to the sides of the hips to sit up nice and tall. Then we'll gather this energy in our palms, circle it around us, into the palms, send it out to the universe, maybe to someone you know needs it. And then bring some to yourself, your mind for pure thoughts, to your mouth for kind words, to your heart for greater tolerance and compassion. Namaste, everyone.